y'all! How's it going this fall? So I know it's not fall, but those are the only sentences I can speak with an American accent. I'm scared if I start my set sounding like this, I'll lose half the white audience. Faster than companies are losing their DEI departments. So in case you're still wondering why I sound like your primary care physician, it's because I'm originally from India. But I did spend 16 years in Australia before moving to the US. So I could have started my set with, "G'day, shrimp on the barbie." But I was told the Australian accent doesn't suit my Indian head bobble. So this may come as a shock to you, but I'm not a doctor. I don't own a 7-Eleven. I wanted to do something different, not stereotypically Indian. So I work in IT. And I moved here during the elections. So I did get asked, if I could vote for the presidential elections, which party would I have voted for? I would have voted for either party that would give me a green card. My pronouns are, I'm not going back. I put the "Namaste" in Namaste. You get what I'm saying? That's my daily affirmation. But the whole move from India and Australia has been so confusing for me because all my life in India, I was told, to the left, to the left. And in Australia, we just walked on the left side of the road. In India, I learned to clean my ass with my left hand. We had manual bidets. So good to meet you, sir. But everything in the US is on the right. Okay, that almost looked like an Elon Musk move. I wasn't going for that. Everything here is on the right, and I'm not just talking about the politics. I recently had to take my Texas driver's license test, and I failed. Who the fuck fails a driving license test in Dallas? So I get into the car during the exam, and I'm like, "Howdy, y'all!" So I can get on a good foot with the instructor. And she's like, "Just get started." 10 minutes later, I failed, and I'm like, "Why did I fail?" And she's like, "Ma'am, the stop sign." And I'm like, "Look, I know nobody in Dallas actually stops at the stop sign, but this is a test, so I thought maybe I should." And she's like, "Ma'am, you didn't turn your signal on 100 feet before the stop sign." And I'm like, that is the point of a stop sign. I did what every driver in Dallas would do. I stopped. I took out my phone. I decided to go left or right on Tinder. I bought a really cool green t-shirt on Amazon. Great t-shirt, sir. And then I filmed a trending TikTok video. Anxiety. And then I turned my left signal on and I turned right, Just like every driver in Dallas, giving mixed signals just like my ex-boyfriend gave me. So I failed, and now I just walk everywhere in Dallas. And even though I'm a legal alien from an immigration perspective, everybody here looks at me like I'm a real alien because nobody walks in Dallas. So speaking of staying in America, did you know that 1 in 500,000 women is allergic to the birth control pill? Isn't it crazy they need to practice other forms of contraception, like pulling out, or wearing Crocs, or anal? So my husband and I'm allergic to the birth control pill, so my husband and we practice no sex, which is really easy when you've been married for more than a year. Any married couples here? So many. So you guys know what I'm talking about. You look like you're still getting it on. So the rest of you are not married, you're actually hanging out by choice. What does that feel like? You know how when people are unemployed, they say they're between jobs? My husband and I were between intercourse, and we're really good at it. So the other day, the kids were asleep, and we were like, should we have sex or should we do something fun? So we did our laundry, repainted the kitchen, and then we watched the Frozen Planet documentary in slow-mo. But my husband, he's very persistent. He doesn't want to give up on our sex lives. So the other day he comes home and he's like, "Babe, look what I got." And in his hand he had this string and it had like really small beads and then the beads kept getting bigger and bigger. And I'm like, he's always getting me gifts I'll never use. Like last time he got me a gym membership. So he's like, "Babe, I thought we'll start with level 1 sex toys. So I got anal beads." I'm like, "Whoa, what? Anal beads? Babe, is this for you?" Because the kids already gave me hemorrhoids when I pushed them out. But we started seeing a therapist, a sex therapist, and she suggested role playing. And boy, that works. So we decided to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And my husband plays the federal immigration officer. And I play myself. And this is how it plays out. He's like, "How badly do you want the green card?" And I'm like, "So badly." And he's like, "What will you do for it?" And I'm like, "Anything." And he's like, "Great, because I've got these anal beads." And we don't stop until one of us uses the safe word, which is approved.